Come on along. Good morning, we merry gentlemen. I got a little project I'm doing this morning. Project. You want to come along for the ride and see? I'm in Mike's corner, back in the little corner of the world. Hey, I got a preheater. That's, you know, I like working on preheaters. For some reason, I'm a little goofy in the head that way, but this is out of that 1010, there it is, E over there. And number one, first thing I did, I had Troy pull this out yesterday, put it on my healing bench, and decided when I get to the weekend, I'll be able to focus without the phone and all this other stuff going on. So anyways, first thing I did though this morning is I went and checked for power back there. Oh, there's 20 amp fuse that's hot all the time. The wire going to this, what we call the brain box. See? Brain box was snapped. Well, it snapped. It's now non-conductive between the two ends. Anyways, so then I thought, well, I'm going to come back here and I'm going to clean this preheater anyways. And I want to show you what I found. The first thing I always do is take off the brain box. This nice healthy grade plug down in there that's really likes to, you know, there ain't no extra room, there ain't no wiggle room to get that out, but if you push that button you can get her off. But here's what I found. I'm going to show you a close and up. I know this is like $1,200, maybe even more. I don't remember. It's been a while since I changed one, but Nightwerfen. Anyways, you see that coily thing there? See that? As Abe would say, the schmoo got left right out of there. Or the smoke. The smoke was let out. And then this is all epoxied in so it can handle all of that abuse and vibration of these machines. But here you can see also a soft spot where the smoke came out. Hope you guys can see that. So I'm 99. This is supposed to be nice copper wound coil. You see that ooey gooey stuff? That this brain box went, I'm not going to be able to take that voltage no more. And it decided to backfeed that 20 amp fuse because it shorted out and went. And when it came in the other day, I know Troy went up in there and hit the button and not a thing would happen. So I knew a couple days ago already when the machine came that I'd be looking for this. And guess what I found? Found out I was right again. Sort of. So now I'm still going to go through it and clean it. We'll have to order him up a brain box. And then I'm going to open this puppy up and get all the schnoogies and carbon out of it because it's right here now. I might just as well so that when it goes back into the service it's clean as a whistle. Irish Spring. So that's what I'm doing. Maybe if I remember to turn the camera on, this is my real camera, not my phone, and do an actual video here. I'll show you, I'm going to get the book out and measure all of these values of all these sensors and glow plugs and all that stuff. It's the quickest way I found if you have the instrument of the manual. You measure ohms resistance and you can pinpoint your problems pretty quickly. It sucks to do it when it's 20 below outside, but in the shop, yeah, we got her. Okay, here we are again. I'm going to show you a little more evidence that I know that this melted and let the smoke out. I just took the blower fan off. I like to leave everything connected because number one, well, I got a schematic, I can write it all down, but if I don't have to take them pins out of there, that's all the better, because unless you got a box full of spare ones, you tend to wreck. Yeah. Anyways, right there is that little smoky hole. You can actually see the smoky hole. And look what, And this thing sits like this in the machine. Pretty much sets up and is bolted to the back wall of the hydraulic tank. And this goes right here, like so. Stuttgart. Anyways, so that you can see when she went, and then the hole is at an angle like so. There, it left all the schmoo right there. Sticky, epoxy, stinky. So yeah, that's just another verification that this wasn't a factory. Oh, there was an air bubble or something. She smoked. I just thought I'd show you that, add to the harmony of our day today that we're having in Mike's Corner. It's a harmonious day. Okay, I'll bring you back some more. Well, as per typical, I don't do the same thing every time, half the time, most of the time, but I decided them wires were too much crap in my way. I had the patience to pull all the wires out of the plug. You need a little tool like this to release those. And there's also a little, what did I do with it here? On this particular type of plug, for you guys who are watching, I show you. Let me stand you up here next to me. You have to, on this plug, what is it? It's a, I don't see a brand on it. I want to say Tyco or something like that. But there's a lock mechanism that if you do not pull this out, you're screwed. You're gonna bust your wires and pull them all apart and have a heck of a time. But that goes in there once the wires are in. That's their anti-strain device. So before you try to release any of these terminals, you have to pull that fork out of there. Pull the fork out of her, eh? Anyways, and the other thing I did here is I like schematics and stuff, but I like my own. So I write every color, because sometimes they change them up, and I write the orientation of the plug, the ornamentation, and then what I've got in each individual hole. And then on the back of these, just for another FYI, usually on the back of the plug, if you can see really, come on, what did we say, focus? Alright, maybe it ain't gonna, but this is how I have it drawn on my paper. And I can barely see it, but there's an 18 there, a 15 there, a 12, a 9, a 6, and a 3. So that means they're ending at that position. So that's what I did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sometimes different manufacturers will go across with the numbers. So you got to be very, very astute at what you're doing there and write it down properly. So I've got everything labeled for my head. And so I know what I'm doing. And I just took the screws out of her, and we're going to see what's in there together like brothers. Oh! Carbone. Lots of carbone. So, in order to rebuild these also, before I get too carried away, in order to rebuild these or go through them, casting mark, made in 2012, that piece was. This is the burner. And if I look in there, yeah. I don't know if you folks can see in there, but there's going to be, that is just sooted right tight. Kind of like the Wabasso I did a while ago. In this particular model, it's one thing I don't like about the Eberspacher, is it's so damn complicated to take apart to get in here and clean it, that they make it almost throwaway. And the newer versions are even worse. They got tamper-proof screws, they got all kinds of crap going on with them. But I have to take these 4 Allens out, or Torx head screws, to take the burner off and clean all them schnoogies out. And then there's also, oh, I don't remember. There's also a screen for the fuel in these somewhere. And then it's been a year since I cleaned one. It doesn't hurt to clean the carbon out of the heat exchanger either. And check for leakage around here, because this this particular piece, it's a two-piece thing. There's a gasket around there, and there's two Torx countersunk screws there that hold the heat exchanger in, the burn chamber into the heat exchanger. Well, let me give you a little bird's eye. Yeah, you'll have to excuse me, I had a slight interruption there. Hey, I'm going to tell you guys something. If you take these apart and you want this kit, one of my good friends, a business acquaintance, makes this kit up, and you'll see there's this foil gasket in there that's like, I don't know, ceramic with tin foil. It gets ruined, but there's also a filter, all these little O-rings. It's made for these, and it's pretty inexpensive. I don't remember what, but you can get a hold of me if you need them, and I can get you in the right direction. It's great to have because this stuff gets super hot, super cold, super hot, super cold. And back to business here, I'll show you. Oops. Yeah, I got interrupted. No big deal. My son just showed up. And I'm gonna take this burner off. Ooh, I think I remembered what I was gonna do here too. Pop these silicone carny gaskets out on the fuel line. It'll make the separation a little bit easier when the time comes here. That's all I'm saying. You'll see that gasket in a minute. This one isn't going to tear up too bad. You gotta push that fuel line through that other one and then go like that without even looking, because you've done it enough times. And there's your, yeah, in between section. Creates the whirlwind for this, but this is the one that always gets destroyed, no matter how careful you are. It's like felt. And this one, sometimes you can get them out, but normally they separate like that. This shit can't, I mean, I just throw them away. So, at any rate, here we are. This is the actual burner. And it's hard to see, but like right there, there's carbon deposits all the way around those slots. And that interruption of airflow, like right there, it's just terrible. Let's see if you can see that. It's just terrible in there. So you got to take a pick, and you got to take whatever tool you got. And there's also a, oh golly, wow, that's putrid. There's also a screen in there similar to what's in a Webasto that the fuel actually soaks into, and then when the air starts turbining or making the turbulence in there, This is designed to flow in a spiral pattern, much like a propane heater that you would have in your garage, or a what's the other kind? Fuel oil heater. Same principle. It's like a venturi that sucks the fuel in as the blower is blowing through it, and then it ignites it, and that's where you get your heat from. And the target, what I call the target, is the actual heat exchanger itself over here. So that flame is shot into the heat exchanger, transfers into your coolant. Bob's your auntie. Where have I heard that before? So I'm going to clean this puppy up and reassemble it, and then reinstall it on. Wow. Yeah, there's like a 1/4 inch or more of soot in there. And I'm going to clean this puppy out and see what I can do here. And go from there. We'll be good. Alright, we'll see you later. And when next time you see this, I'm going to end it right here because you see how it's taken apart and what I got to get through to get one of these Hydronic M10 heaters. And now the newer ones are even worse. Like I said, they're putting all kinds of tamper-proof crap on them, so they're just disposable. But these you can rebuild any day of the week. Any day of the week, man. And like I said, if you need a kit, get a hold of this guy or my guy, or call my shop. I don't know, and then I can get you kits all day long. For this one, for the smaller one, we sell parts for the Webasto's also. So let me know. Alright, I'm back again. I can't leave the camera alone, figures. Be nice when you get an extra long set of picks, because you can get in there from this side and clean all that out. And that there, that's a regular sheet of paper. That's a lot of soot for that little bitty burner. And it plugs that thing up, and it doesn't let the fuel atomize properly, and it's just, that's why we clean them. That maintenance kit over there that I was talking about is actually called a yearly maintenance kit. I know nobody wants to do it, but damn it, when it's cold out, you want your stuff to run, don't you? Take it to a professional like me. Ah. And then what I'll do now is, and there's also this hole here, and down inside, there's a couple of holes too, so then that fuel goes in, and that's where the burn rod, or the thing starts. And you want to get those little crevices nice and clean in there too. Yeah, so I had to bring you back for that. The old pick set for Mr. Snappy. Ooh, that one's bent. I should bend that back. There we go. Get a new one. But yeah, you get inside there and you clean all them schnoogies out of there so that fuel can flow good. Of course, that's your fuel tube. Blow that out good. Make sure it's got no obstructions. And there's also a little screen in there that goes into the fuel pump on your machine. Everybody forgets that. No fuel, no burn, no air, fuel mixture. That's the carbon problem. The fuel air mixture goes bad. It burns poorly. It just soots up more, and then you have no heater worky. And like I was saying, these are good heaters, but damn it, they're hard to work on. Or the Webastos, you pull them apart and you work on them. Eberspacher, for being German, I think Webastos are made there too. But these are not user friendly for cleaning. And but you can get the job done. They work. They're all pretty much the same crap, just different engineering. So where was I going with that? I don't know. I'm gonna take the air hose and blow that out, and then I'll tell you another thing that I do. This is, I believe this is like a cast stainless steel. Okay, I never put a magnet to it, but it's some really, really high, I'm almost 90% sure it's a cast stainless. And this is stainless, this burner, I can tell by the welds. I don't even have to. Anyways, what I'll do is I'll take my torch, take the torch and superheat that nozzle in there, and superheat it this way. Just like burning out an old muffler on your old KZ or KH 400 triple cylinder Kawasaki that I had when I was a kid, because they ran that oil injection in them pipes would, if you didn't run them hot enough, you know the drill. Burn them out, we'd take them off and we'd burn them out. Then we get the chrome all blued, because we were just young kids and we didn't know what the hell we were doing. But anyways, that's how you learn. So now I'm going to bid you farewell, I think. Maybe show you, bring you back when it's on the sheen running. Here I am again. Here I am again. Here I am again. Alright, so I took the rest of it apart. This is the heat exchanger. Basically, the coolant rolls around in there. You have to, by the way, you have to take the coolant pump out and that overheat protector sensor before you try splitting them. Well, you don't have to. I did cautiously because I didn't want to snap off that plastic dinkus on that water pump. Anyways, so you can see that they make it spirally to make the water flow. And then this fits down inside there. And this is the big O-ring I was talking about. Comes in the kit. Where are we here? Temperature sensor. Comes with a new silicone O-ring. Put it in. And there's another one here somewhere. Yeah, it's still over there. With that overheat one. And there'll be a new O-ring for the coolant pump, where it goes into the here and attaches the coolant pump there. So I decided, well, I'm here, it's Saturday, I'm doing my thing, and I really have nowhere else to go because nobody cares. Talk about a bugger getting that out. It was a bugger. But now I'm going to go ahead and change all of these little O-rings and start to reassemble it. Reassemble. Toodaloo. Well, should we see if this worked? I got it reinstalled. Put a couple of tools away. Tools. Can you see that? Can you see it? Oh, it's right there. It's right there. Let's move us. Let's move us and see if we can see it, get a better picture of it. Whoop. Let's put your tripod in right in the toolbox. That'll help. Alright, so I just put it back in there with a new brain box on it. The top piece there. This piece here. Got it all connected, got the guard. They got it so close from the intake to the exhaust that they got a little guard in there. Not a gardener, but a guard in there. I'm gonna go push the button. See if I can make something happen. Hey, I hear something. Oh, he said that thing hasn't run in, I think, this whole winter yet. Been waiting to get it in, this machine in for maintenance, so. Water pump's running, coolant pump. Better double check that while I can. Make sure everything's tight, T-I-T, tight. Well, I think I know what it is, and that's what it says in the book, is it's F33 up there, the code, and that means that the blower motor's stuck, or junk. That may be what caused the main, that thing right there to blow up. Too many times trying to start it, so I'm going to take it back apart. Oh yay, have fun, Mike. Okay. I'll be back. And the saga continues. I got my power probe, 24 volts, 24.6 in my little battery jumper there, and it says in the manual to put supply voltage to the orange and the black, or the red and the black, excuse me. So I'm going to negative in there. And just listen. So the blower motor is shy, and it kicks the circuit breaker out on here. So troubleshooting 101. Follow the manual. It will point you at least in the right direction, and verify with your tools. Supply voltage 24. And that means we got a blower motor that's no good. NFG. Okay. See if I find one of them. I think we'll try this again. We'll try this again with a new fan motor. Seems to be pushing air. Now it's been bled. I don't know what bled. The fuel is drained back to the fuel pump, from the fuel pump, so it might take 2 attempts to start. Hear the fuel pump. That means the pewter likes what it's seeing. And I hear that tuba sound. Got to get all the air out of the fuel line, get it up inside there so you got full combustion. Here comes the heat. There's the smoke. Excuse me, all the residuals will start burning off now from my grubby hands and antifreeze and everything else that we spilled on her. I don't want it going in the intake though. So I hate what they got, that little intake right there. Get out of the smoke. Sounds to me like she's running just fine. Look at that. There again, that's, you saw the last one I did. It's all that excess fuel that didn't burn in the exhaust pipe, which they weld a whole tube right through the hydraulic tank to heat the hydraulic oil. I'd rather see an immersion heater because you're constantly trying to push that hot air through a cold pipe. That's like a draft in your, on your chimney if you burn wood. It's just, I don't like that setup. That's just me. There, we're going into high fire. I think we got her, by golly. There you go. So it's a 10 to 12. I've been at it straight since 7. Brain box, cleaned it. Now I just changed that thing that's making all that airplane noise. The blower fan. 5 hours I'd rather sit in here where it's warm than be outside. 20 below. Then you do a half-assed job. Well, not really. You tend to rush things when you're freezing, though. Yeah, it's all good. I'm just going to shut it on now and watch. Sit down and take a break and eat some cheese, okay? You guys all take care. And remember, Monday, watch Logger Wade. He's getting an award from Uncle Tony. I think he's going to have a live stream Monday. So, check it out. Stay tuned. Alright. Over and out.